pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Could we have a roll call of the board?
Randy Gray.
Here.
Grace Godfrey.
Here.
Ian Ranko.
Here.
James Pepper.
Here.
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 Here, we do have a quorum tonight. We can conduct business, and we will note that our township attorney is present with us tonight. Hello, Kristen, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good. Okay, with that, next item is approval of the agenda. We do have a suggestion.
Yes, I would like to take business item 10A and B and move those directly behind item 7A.
Are there any other additions or deletions to the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll open the first public comment period for any agenda-related items. Is there anyone wishing to address an agenda-related item tonight? Seeing no response, we will close the first call to the public. We'll move on to the consent agenda. You have the approval of the April 1st, 2026 regular board meeting minutes and the approval of the submitted bills list in the amount of $958,177.56. Any questions, clarifications?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll move into department head reports and requests, and at this time, we have the Police Department Officer of the Year. I'm gonna turn it off, Chief.
Wait a minute, he's not chief yet.
It'll be about 10 minutes.
All right. Andrew, come on up. Come over here.
Oh, no, I'm going to read it. Okay. So it's my honor to recognize our 2025 Officer of the Year, Andrew Evans. This award represents more than doing the job well. It reflects consistency, professionalism, and a genuine commitment to both the community and this department. Officer Evans exemplifies all of that. Over the past year, Andrew has shown tremendous growth in his mindset and general willingness to lead. He consistently steps up when needed, adjusting his schedule on short notice, taking over responsibilities like an FTO cycle mid-phase, and covering shifts for others, always without complaint and without seeking recognition. His impact goes far beyond patrol. He serves as an FTO, range instructor, taser instructor, drone pilot, a crisis negotiator. He helps with hiring and plays a key role in mentoring our cadets who consistently speak highly of his dedication and willingness to teach. Andrew is also deeply committed to our community, whether it's being present at school dismissals, volunteering for events like Shop with a Cop, or leading efforts like the Giving Tree and Adopt a Family programs. He goes out of his way to make a difference, especially for kids and families in need. On the street, he is professional, patient, and compassionate. He communicates effectively, especially with individuals in crisis, and consistently works to get people the help they need. He has also proven himself in critical situations, including his response to the Woodland Ridge homicide scene and his contributions to training in TCCC, which is Tactical Combat Casualty Care, and firearms. What sets Andrew apart is his consistency. This award isn't about one moment. It's about showing up every day and doing the job the right way. He represents exactly what this award stands for. Officer Evans, this recognition is well-deserved. Congratulations on being named our 2025 Officer of the Year. Thank you. So with that, we give an award every year, and we know Andrew likes gardening. So, Andrew.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We do it, please, Brittany first,
The deputy and then chief.
because I have this for her.
Okay.
You want me to read this too?
Sure.
All right. Come on up, Brittany. I came prepared. All right, you ready? All right, so it's my honor to recognize the promotion of Sergeant Brittany Besso to Deputy Chief of Police. This is more than a promotion. It's a reflection on the years of hard work, leadership, and a commitment to excellence that has been evident throughout her career. Brittany's path in law enforcement started early, working as a cadet while earning her degree in criminal justice with a 4.0 GPA. From there, she continued to build her experience before joining Green Oak in 2015. Since that time, she has consistently proven herself as someone this department can rely on. Her selection as the 2024 Officer of the Year highlighted what many of us already knew. She is a leader who sets the standard. She has taken on major responsibilities, including leading department training efforts, adapting to state-mandated changes, and organizing large-scale, multi-jurisdictional training. She has also played a key role in our accreditation process and work which requires focus, persistence, and attention to detail. As a supervisor, Brittany leads by example. She is hardworking, fair, and trusted. She gives her officers the ability to do their job while still being present, supportive, and engaged. Even with significant administrative responsibilities, she never lost touch with the road, continuing to take calls, support her team, and stay connected to the core of this professional. What sets her apart is her ability to adapt, to lead through change, and to do it all without losing sight of the people around her. She brings organization, clarity, professionalism to everything she does. The role of deputy chief requires vision, accountability, and the ability to guide an entire organization forward. Brittany has already demonstrated these qualities, and we have full confidence in her ability to take on this next challenge. Brittany, this promotion is well-earned and well-deserved.
Thank you.
So, there you go.
Raise your right hand, please. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of Deputy Police Chief in and for Green Oak Charter Township, State of Michigan, according to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
Thank It's a brand new pen.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you. You gotta pin me. Come on up here. Pictures, sir. Sir, would you like me to take pictures for you while you do that?
I guess so. I didn't know this was happening.
Yeah, surprise.
What is it?
You gotta pin my shirt.
Oh my God, you're kidding me. Oh my God. Where's it going?
I'll help you. Let's start with the top. Oh, you're good. Okay.
Yeah, that's a nice idea right there.
Nope, I don't want to do it.
Turn.
Yeah.
There it is.
Thanks,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dallas.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And now we have the official swearing-in ceremony for our new chief. Now that you have somebody taking your other place. I'm out of work. Yeah, you're out of work if I don't do this. Raise your right hand, please. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of police chief in and for Green Oak Charter Township, state of Michigan, according to the best of my ability. I do. Take this one, okay? And we get this one. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Actually have 4 words. I came prepared, I said.
Yeah, you are prepared.
All right. This one's short. So, I'm truly honored to be appointed as your police chief. I want to thank my wife, who has been on this journey with me for 30 years. Our anniversary is actually Sunday, Mother's Day. So, thank you. I want to thank the Township Board for the trust you placed in me, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue serving this community in this role. Over the past several weeks as acting chief, I've had the chance to lead from this position, and it's only reinforced what I already knew. This department is filled with dedicated professionals who care deeply about the work and the people that we serve. I'm proud to stand alongside them. This role isn't about one person. It's about building the strong foundation we have, supporting our officers and staff, and maintaining the high standards our community expects. My commitment is to lead with integrity, accountability, and consistency, and keep moving this department forward. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Yes, right?
You had 90 minutes to shake hands.
Yeah. It's not over yet.
Congratulations.
So we'll give you a few minutes and then we'll.
Let's just do the correspondence going into executive session, let them have their thing.
What's that?
If we do correspondence, that'll take 0 time, and then we just.
You know, since I've been
Yeah,
in
well,
position,
Kevin's
you
got a
police
report
chiefs,
and I got a
I'm still
report
here.
here. We'll go
Okay.
back to the department
Okay,
head.
all right.
Okay, Chief, do you have anything else going on here?
We do not.
Do you have a department head report tonight?
Our 2 newest guys in the academy will be graduating tomorrow.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate you, the deputy chief, and all the police officers and Officer Evans, everybody. Great job. Great department, and thank you very much for your service to the citizens of Green Oak Township. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we're gonna go into department head reports, so you've given yours.
Do you want us to go out and do photos?
Do it.
Or you want to do finish?
If we do the department head, Chief, if you'll let us do the department head, we're going to adjourn into executive session, and then you can have the room while we're in there.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
If that works, okay?
If you just give us like 5 minutes.
Flag, everything.
Okay, Chief Gentry, you have a report tonight.
Thank you. Not a report I ever expected to give, but effective very soon, I am applying for a medical work-related retirement due to respiratory issues. Unfortunately, I've survived a few things on this job, but it caught up to me. I appreciate the board's support during this transition, and I appreciate the board's support during my tenure on this department for the last 33 years. For 33 years, I've had the privilege and honor of working with and eventually leading the most excellent group of firefighters that I've ever known. Our department has moved so far forward that it is unrecognizable from the day I joined, and yet it's still serving the citizens and improving every day. And I trust that it will continue in the future, and I will do everything I can to help ease the transition. I appreciate the board's support during this difficult time, and am available for anything that may be needed in the interim. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Okay, we will try to go through department head reports as fast as we can. Trish, do you have one tonight?
Oh, so I get to start after you make me cry. Thank you very much. Thanks again, Chief. I know, Kevin, we haven't worked together a very long time, but just your dedication and what I've seen, how you work in with your team and everything, I just know that I always feel safer at home between the fire and the police department. So thank you for everything. Just a few things real quick. We did our story walk ribbon cutting last Friday. The weather was a little cold, but we actually had a turnout, pretty good turnout. I want to say about 60 people, give or take, families and kids. Thanks to Selcra, the Brighton District Library, Fire and Police brought their trucks and vehicles, and of course the great Start Livingston that brought this program to Mark, and then it just has now grew into this awesome thing. The book this month is Commotion of the Ocean, and the kids really enjoyed it. I think it's going to bring a lot of families into our park, doing the walks and reading the books with their kids. It was kind of an exciting time to just see the kids running around even in the grass Friday with a little bit of cold and rain. And I just want to thank everybody involved, Mark, Randy, board members, that supported this project as well as were able to be there, and even some of the police and fire that showed up. I'm looking forward to doing more community events in the park, especially highlighting the story walk. I think we're the 6th or 7th one that they've put in throughout the communities in Livingston County. We are the guest treasurer's office and assessing is also working on the project that we are going to bring to the table at the next board meeting to also beautify Coleman Park and Green Oak Township. So that'll be on our agenda. I don't want to give too much away because then I get really excited and we want to make this a short department head. I do want to congratulate my deputy treasurer, Madison Lamb. She finished her 3rd year of Basic Institute, which is 120 hours and 3 years of education to earn her Michigan Certified Public Treasurer's certification. So she's doing leaps and bounds and also working on getting her into doing grant writing that'll help with the township writing some grants, because I don't have a clue on how to do that and I'd like to look for more grants. 2 other quick things. Facebook, I finally taken control back over, so we are now posting regularly on our Facebook for the township. So police, usually I share police fire, what you guys put on there, but if there's anything else you want me to just literally put on the Facebook and not just share your post, just send it to myself or Madison. Anything coming up, please let us know. I'll definitely get something on there for the Officer of the Year. And the last thing is, I was pretty honored when I went to a SEMCOG meeting a couple weeks ago on April 24th. Not only have I been voted on to the executive board as an alternative to a Livingston County other township official, but unbeknownst to me, they recognized Mike Sedlak in his recognition of the 26 years of service to SEMCOG. And just sitting there and listening to the dedication on the executive committee and the General Assembly and all these things that he's had his hands involved in and the grants, he was just as shocked as I was. Another meeting I cried at, but I just want to tell you, Mike, to see what you've done and knowing that I'm going to be trying to follow the best in your footsteps that I can, but you've literally given a lot to SEMCOG and it's given a lot back to Green Oak Township. So I just want to give you your plaque again and tell you that I was honored to be there and witness you being honored at the SEMCOG meeting. So here's his nice little plaque that he got. So thanks, Mike.
I will say that I didn't see it coming. They asked me to come to meetings on a regular basis to do votes and things like that. And next thing I know, my ugly mug was up on the screen and they were doing a presentation. And they asked me to speak and I really did that. But It was pretty neat, because from the moment I got on clerk, like 2 months after I became clerk, I got on the executive session at SEMCOG, and has brought quite literally millions of dollars back to this township for roads and things of that nature. So that's why I convinced Trish to join up, and if I can get a couple other people to do that, we can continue to serve SEMCOG, and SEMCOG participate in helping our citizens as well. So thank you.
Mike, I think one thing that gets lost, maybe it's not advertised a lot, what is the dollars that our involvement or involvement in SEMCOG has brought back to Livingston County?
So it's probably well in excess of $10 million, because there was $5 million just for the Whitmore Lake Road improvements when we did that back about 10 years ago. But since 2020, SEMCOG has awarded Livingston County a total of $11 million for the participating members within SEMCOG. Green Oak has got $6.1 million of that, so well over half. And participation does matter. Being there, well, we have this grant, do you know anybody that could use it? You know, that type of thing. But one of the things that really made a big difference is that because of the way we manage our budget, because of the way we have funds, we have always been able to say, well, we have federal grant of X and it needs this much of percent match. This board has always supported that match. So the credit has to go to the board for being supportive of what SEMCOG tries to give us and come up with the match money and that type of thing. So it isn't one person, it's all of us that make it happen.
But I think also another important part is that we all, however we can do it, take part in different groups, agencies, and, you know, just this year in general, between your contact with SEMCOG, your involvement, my involvement with the Huron Valley Federal Transportation Aid Program, just this year alone, there, with all the construction barrels that we really like to see, and you can't get from point A to point B around the township right now, and it's gonna get worse. But there's about $14 million worth of work being done in Green Oak Township this year, with about $500,000 of township road millage money coming out. So that's a pretty good investment in our roads. So, okay, didn't mean to cut you short.
No, that's it. Clerk's report, pretty simple. We had an election yesterday for the Brighton school system. It didn't pass. That doesn't surprise me. They were told over and over and over again last year, this is not a good time to have a 4 mil increase when you calculated it out. So it went down last night in the whole county, or as far as at the school district. Again, kudos to the workers. They do such a fantastic job, and staff does just a great job as well. So we're out of here and home by 10:30, which Tracy, and you know, that's early.
That's a record.
That's early, so. All right, thank you. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna try to speed through my supervisor's report. We'll start out, and I'm gonna, actually, it's not in my report, but I'm gonna tag on to what Tricia said about Chief Gentry. Chief, I think we've worked together almost 30 years, pretty close to 30 years, and I echo, thank you for your years of service, your dedication. There is nobody more dedicated than Chief Gentry. And on a personal note, I can remember, and I will always remember, the time where I had a medical event. And, you know, not being aware of what's going on, and you think maybe you're having a heart attack, you don't know what's going on. And the minute Chief Gentry come through my kitchen, I knew I was gonna be all right. And that is what Chief Gentry did for me. I knew that night I was gonna be all right because Chief Gentry was there. And with his expertise and his dedication, so personally, thank you, and from behalf of everyone in the township, thank you very much.
Mark, can I say something?
Yep.
If you look across the street, you're going to see the fire station, and Chief Gentry knew exactly what he wanted in that, where it was going to go, and how it's going to be done. and I think he deserves an awful lot of credit. That a testament to his work over there. And Chief, I'll never forget when you busted in my front door too at the same time. Thank you.
We all have stories, so thank you, Chief. Going back to the supervisor's report briefly, during the week of April 20th, I attended the MTA Educational Conference in Traverse City. The sessions I attended were highly informative, and directly applicable to the township operations. 3 of them that stuck out, though. One was, it's not if you'll be hacked, it's when. And this session emphasized on the importance of having a comprehensive cybersecurity response plan in place. Key takeaways from that session included identifying a designated point person and an incident commander. Now, for an incident commander, we're very lucky that MMRMA has those resources, but we still, it's crucial that we have a point person here that when it happens, this is what we do. And as well, this was emphasized that understanding that the system outages could last from several days to weeks. So again, having a plan. But the overall message was also clear and critical that preparation is critical and cyber incidents are inevitable. The second one I thought was really interesting was access granted, what you need to know about the new ADA website requirements. And this one is one that just we all kind of found out about. This session addressed the updated ADA compliance requirements for municipal websites. The compliance deadline has been extended to April 2028, which gives us an extra year because it was 2027. Based on this, it is reasonable to anticipate we're going to have some budgeting for necessary upgrades to bring the township's website into compliance. And as a side note, many of the smaller communities, especially more in the northern areas of Michigan, who don't have the resources to bring their websites into compliance are probably going to scrap their websites, which I think is a disservice. But the third one that I thought was really interesting is lessons learned the hard way. This session covered best practices and common pitfalls related to lawful expenditures, and a lot of it focused around FOIA compliance. A key point of emphasis was that any township-related business conducted on a personal device is subject to FOIA. So any use of your personal cell phones is subject to FOIA. Additionally, the session reinforced the ordinance enforcement officers may not enter private property without permission, and doing so would constitute a violation of their Fourth Amendment, which I kind of knew that in the first place, but it really got into nuts and bolts of that. But besides the conference on April 28th, last week, we had an informational meeting here at the Township Hall regarding the proposed paving of Silverside Drive. Approximately 70 residents attended, representing a wide range of perspectives. The petition for the Special Assessment District has been prepared and distributed to the affected property owners. The predominant feedback from all 70 that were here from the attendees was concerning regarding the overall cost of the project. It is pretty expensive. Silverside is a problematic road to begin with. Yesterday, we had the bond sale was held for Oakwood Meadows. There was only one bidder on that bond, that was Huntington Bank, and they came in at 4.49%, which is really not a bad number. I'm still waiting to get a construction date from Garrett Olson at LCRC. When I talked to him today, there's 5 subdivisions ahead of Oakwood Meadows, but he hopes to have a date within the next couple weeks. And the bad news, I think both chiefs already got this today. At today's pre-con meeting regarding the paving of Maltby Road, the following was discussed. Paving construction to start approximately June 20th. Maltby Road from Whitmore Lake Road west to Rickett Road will be a complete closure. Maltby from Rickett Road west will be open to flagged access. I did bring up the question to Costco, or bring up the question if Costco had been notified and as of yet, they have not. And I encourage them, man, you better let Costco know, because that south entrance is where you get gas, and this is a 3-month project. Additional topic that came up too this morning was the Whitmore Lake Road and Winans Lake Road roundabout. Start date is June 15th. The intersection will be a complete closure. So as I put a note to the chiefs, we got to discuss some alternate emergency routes, and this is also a 90-day project. So we got a lot of things, and we got a lot of construction going on, so things are going to be a mess. But that's the supervisor's report tonight. Okay, with that, we'll move on to business items, or actually into number 9, executive session.
Yes.
Okay, we need to adjourn into executive session to consider a written legal opinion from the township attorney, if discussed in open session, would have a financial impact on the township.
We do need a motion
Right.
to go into closed session with a roll call vote.
2/3.
2/3.
I make a motion to adjourn into executive session to consider a written legal opinion by the township attorney.
Support.
We have motion and support. Discussion? Roll call?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion passes. We are adjourned into executive session. Don't expect it to be too awful long. this time, I'll look for a motion to reconvene an open session.
I make a motion. Support.
I know there was a motion there and support here. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Is there any action required as a result of executive session tonight?
Yes, there is. I'd like to make a motion to direct the attorney to proceed as discussed in executive session.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support. Could we have a roll call, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion passes. Good night.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, moving on. Next item is C, renewal of soil removal permit for Spring Mill Mine. Is there anyone here tonight from Spring Mill Mine? I didn't think they would be here. Okay, I will go into my agenda sheet. As everyone is aware, Spring Mill Mine operates on the state of Michigan land within the Island Lake Recreation Area. The current authorization is structured as a 2-year renewal, and this marks the third such renewal, which was scheduled for renewal last fall. They forgot, and quite frankly, I forgot too until they brought it to our attention. While operations on the state land are typically exempt from local site plan approval requirements, Spring Mill has voluntarily chosen to comply with township ordinance. To date, since mining operations began, my office has not received any complaints related to noise, dust, or hours of operation. Historically, truck traffic associated with the mine primarily travels east towards Kensington Road and north to 96. However, ongoing highway construction projects in the region have significantly altered traffic patterns, creating broader impacts across the area. Last winter, I met with the representatives of Michigan Department of Natural Resources, who confirmed that Spring Mill Mine is operating in compliance with all applicable state of Michigan requirements. It is important to note that both Silver Lake Road and 9 Mile Road currently experience substantial volumes of traffic on any given day. This includes not only mine-related hauling, but also contractor vehicles and semi-freight trucks navigating these public roadways amid ongoing construction activity. But again, talking with Spring Mill Mine operator and also the Department of Natural Resources, the established truck route from Spring Mill Mine, other than local deliveries or somebody coming from the south, is still Kensington Road to I-96. Although today you can't do that because the Grand River is closed. But again, it's my recommendation to go ahead and approve the permit for another 2-year period, and we'll just make it beginning May 6, 2026.
I will make a motion to approve the renewal of the soil removal permit for Spring Mill Mine for a 2-year period beginning May 6, 2026.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support. Voice vote, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next item. Next item is resolution number 16, 2026, a resolution to create a new sewer fund and a new capital improvement fund for the Green Woods wastewater treatment plant. This is what I call a housekeeping item. Dawn and Ryan worked on this. Basically what we're doing is we're taking the same 490 account that we have for the Hidden Lake Sewer Treatment Plant and just mirroring it and creating the same account. So basically setting up the account numbers that we can charge expenses to, and also revenues coming in to the sewer treatment plant.
Need a motion?
Yep, to approve that resolution.
I'll make a resolution number 16-2026, a resolution to create a new sewer fund and new capital improvement fund for the Greenwoods wastewater treatment plant.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Discussion on the motion. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, resolution is adopted. Okay, going into the next item, this is the hidden IMEG proposal. It was dated 12/5/25. I did confirm with Ted Erickson that this proposal is still valid. The Hidden Lake wastewater treatment plant is currently permitted for a maximum capacity of 600,000 gallons per day, but is designed for an operational discharge of 300,000 gallons per day. Over the last several months, and actually several months goes into the tail end of last fall, influent flow primarily from the Hidden Lake service area has steadily increased, and now the sewer treatment plant is approaching 75% of the plant's design capacity. In accordance with permit requirements, once flows reach this threshold, the township is obligated to initiate the design, permitting, and expansion of the facility. This expansion would include the installation of the third SBR or sequencing batch reactor. Initially, it was anticipated that the proposal park development would move forward in a timeframe that would allow design and permitting costs to be offset through associated tap fee revenue. However, due to the absence of a defined development timeline, it is no longer feasible to defer this work. Given the regulatory requirements and the current flow conditions, it's necessary for the township to proceed with the design and permitting phase utilizing funds from the existing sanitary sewer capital fund. The township has received a proposal from IMEG to complete the required design and permitting services for a fixed fee of $70,000. Now, Tracy had brought up one question today in that proposal regarding other costs. What you have on your table here is Ted Erickson did point out that the permitting cost with Eagle, the Part 41 permit, is included in this $70,000. What he is referring to permits is others would include an electrical permit, which we will probably have to get through the township, and also any soil erosion permits that might be necessary for any trenching or stuff like that. One of the easiest ways I can explain this too is back last fall, late summer last fall, we had seen flows rising at the sewer treatment plant. Now, we have 1 meter on the flow coming in from Hidden Lake. So we understand how much influence coming in from Hidden Lake. The other meter measures everything coming from everything else. The Tri-Lakes area, the commercial area corridor, all of that, that's metered separately. And what we have seen is our total flow rates have increased by 100,000 gallons per day. What we have seen is the flow rate coming from Hidden Lake development has increased at 100,000 gallons. So my concern with Anthony Dawson was must have some infiltration. Since he runs their water treatment facility, he says no, their flow rate from their water tower matches the same amount of flow we're getting in, additional flow. So we're attributing it to more people are working from home, they're there all day. When I talked to Steve today, Steve LaFave, he confirmed that they've noticed that there's a lot more younger people moving into Hidden Lake, so you're seeing more kids. So again, we think that these are some of the contributing factors, but it is definitely increased flow of water, increased flow of sewage. So now we're at that 75 bumping 80% rule. We're going to have to, Eagle's going to require us to do it. So I want to jump ahead and get it going.
Need a motion?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Couple questions. How much will third SBR increase our ability, our discharge ability?
The third SBR should get us up to the 600,000 gallons per day.
Okay.
Our beds, the treatment beds are designed for really I put 600, but 625. The limiting factor has always been the third SBR. So once we do the third SBR, we should be able to get to that 600,000.
Small
Now, that
question.
would put it at the maximum capacity.
So the Hidden Lake coming in, if you take REUs, or how many gallons per day?
Well, it's 260 gallons per REU, so.
So is Hidden Lake exceeding that flow rate times the houses?
No.
Okay, so they're still not up to that flow?
No, they're
Okay.
not up to that.
Okay, that's the only two questions I have.
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion to direct the supervisor and clerk to execute the agreement with IMEG for the design expansion of Hidden Lakes WWTP as proposed.
Support.
Okay, we have motion, support, discussion. Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion passes, thank you. Okay, we'll go on to the next item. This is Resolution 17, 2026, right of refusal to accept ownership of Silver Lake Mobile Home Park wastewater system. Who has this one, or do I?
I was gonna say, are you done? You're not done talking?
It ended up on the agenda, so I guess I'm not.
It's pretty
done.
simple to
It's simple.
explain. I'll explain it.
Make a motion to accept the refusal.
Pretty easy.
We have to do this on a pretty regular
Yes.
basis of any of these private water systems that we do not wish to own it, and that they have to do it. So they're required, I think, through the state that we pass this resolution.
Okay.
So this is a housekeeping item. We've done it for the community at 9 in Rushton. We've done it for the community by Silver Lake and Silverside, and now we're doing it for this community up here.
Yeah, this is actually the one in Silver Lake.
I'm sorry, Silver Lake. so-
Yeah, we've done it for Bishop.
Yeah,
now
we did it
we've-
for Bishop, now it's Silver Lake.
And I pointed out, we also passed a resolution similar to this for Dove Lake too, so.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
So I'd make a motion to adopt resolution number 17, 2026, a resolution to enact the right of refusal to accept ownership of Silver Lake Mobile Home Park Water System.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support, discussion. Hearing none. Kelly, can we have a roll call?
Yes.
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 Yes, resolution is adopted. Okay, going on to the next item, replacement of trees between Station 83 and Brummer School. Now, I gotta clean this up a little bit. It was brought to my attention that all of the trees between the school and Station 83 were dead. So Brian went out there and he got a quote. So the first item is a quote from Chris's Tree Service. I have C&L, but it's Chris's Tree Service to remove the 13 dead pine trees and grind 15 stumps at a price of $3,000, which that's not a bad price. Then I got a price from Chris Alley at CNL to replace a total of, install 40 8 to 9 foot arborvitaes along the south property line at the fire station on Rushton Road. Approximately 240 feet includes a drip pipe irrigation, and we do have, I did confirm, we've got water at the station and we can water them. And mulch along the entire length, similar to what he did at the police station. Regrade north side area and seed and straw both sides to reestablish the lawns. Now the quote for $29,500, what I'd like to do is do this two ways. Approve the purchase or the proposal from Chris's Tree Service for the removal, but I'd like to take the $29,500 out of our tree, not our tree mitigation fund, our environmental fund. We have about $140,000+ in the environmental fund. It's, again, where we should be taking and planting trees out of that fund.
Can we have to wait for discussion?
What's that?
Do I have to wait for discussion on this one?
No, you can discuss now. We're
Okay.
talking about it.
So for this one, I mean, is this the only quote we have for $30,000?
It's the only quote we've got. I have not gone out and gotten quotes from anybody else, because Chris so far has been the cheapest person we've ever dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I just, $30,000, I mean, and it probably is the cheapest. I just didn't know anybody else's feeling about seeing if there's any other quotes to come in, if there is one to come in cheaper. I mean, again, this is not my wheelhouse, but I just wasn't sure if you got other quotes and this was the best one you got so far.
Well, I didn't go out for separate quotes on this. I have when we did the the police station, and Chris was by far the cheapest that I could get. Also, the arborvitaes who did over here at the end of the parking lot, he was by far the cheapest.
Yeah,
quote.
those
So-
are good size arborvitaes.
Yeah, and they're hardy too.
9-footers are.
Yeah.
they're
9-footers are pretty good.
Yeah.
I just,
40 of them.
I wanted to bring up one question. It's on the south border that separates the station from Brummer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that a single row of 9-footers, or is it offset 2 rows?
It's a single row, according to this, is install arborvitaes on south property line, so I take that as 240 feet. So as far as I know, it's a single line.
So,
Usually they do stagger them like zigzag.
I was
Arborvitaes don't grow out very much, though.
No.
correct, and so, and I did arborvitae block line on my property as well. And my neighbor across the fence line got it, so what we did is I planted mine at X distance, and then he offset his half on the other side of the property line. So it does, because they don't do this, they do this, and that provided a better block.
Well,
I mean, it's just a thought.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I've done the same thing at my house, and I put them 5 feet apart initially, and then when you take that top off, which we should take the tops off of these, they do grow out.
Okay.
So
Fair
you
enough.
can get them to grow out if you want. Again, what is it you want? Do you want a complete break, or do you want something to kind of break up in the side there? It's entirely up to the
No,
board. Yeah.
if a single row, and then if they get up to a certain height, we can top them and they grow out, that's perfect, that's fine.
The ones that Chris did over at the police station, he staggered them. So we can ask them to stagger them, that's no big deal.
We need more trees if we ask
Yeah.
them to stagger them, though.
Yeah, if we stagger them,
40
we're gonna
enough
need.
if we stagger them.
Well, right now, he's got 40 of them there, which I think that's a lot of
Seems like
arborvitaes,
That is a lot.
too.
Okay, let's see what he does.
Now, he might be staggering them by the looks of it.
I think we should ask him to stagger them.
Yeah, okay.
And then if he needs more, he can come back.
If the board's comfortable with this, we could go ahead and approve this, but with the direction for me to go out and at least get one more bid, make sure that
He's the cheapest.
he is the cheapest, if the board is comfortable with that.
I'd like to have at least one more quote, so yes.
What's that?
So you move ahead with removing the trees, taking the stumps out, and getting a second quote before we approve anything for the purchase of trees, planting, and mulch.
Well, I'd like to
Make the approval contingent.
moving
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
because
Make
we
the
got a
motion
short
contingent.
period of time here.
Contingent, there you go.
So I'll start with the first motion, because you want them two separate for this and
Yeah,
this,
let's do
correct?
two separates.
So I'll make a motion to approve the cost of $3,000 for Chris's tree service for the removal of the pine trees, the haul away, removing all the wood and grinding up 15 stumps at the Green Oak Fire Station on Rushton Road, at the total cost of $3,000.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, let's deal with the arborvitaes, and what's the direction of the board at that?
Need a motion for that?
Yep.
Okay, make a motion to approve contingent upon verifying that Chris's, the name here, Chris
CNL.
CNL is the lowest amount for the quote for the 40 arborvitaes and planting and mulch and a drip line.
Okay, and to be funded out of the environmental fund.
Yes, we've done another environmental fund 707.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have motion and we have support discussion. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion passes. Thank you. And we will get on that tomorrow morning.
I wanted to say yes.
Okay, next item is introduction ordinance 02-2026. Evening, Deborah. The show is yours now.
Okay, good evening. I'm here to talk about the text amendment to Section 38-71 that establishes the standards for accessory buildings and structures for uses focusing on how they relate to the principal building and where they may be located on the property. Over the last 10 months, we've worked going back and forth. The Planning Commission has had a public hearing and 3 meetings where we discussed all the items that are needed and changes that were coming from the Zoning Board of Appeals. Over the last 5 years, more than 80% of our appeals, our Zoning Board of Appeals cases were for accessory structures. So we decided that we needed to revisit our ordinance, look at it, and come up with a solution on how we could accommodate to lessen the amount of people that come to the Zoning Board of Appeals. So we went through and made lots of changes. Attached accessory structures must meet the same zoning requirements as the main building. In the ordinance we have now, it's 5 feet from the rear property line, 5 feet from the side property line. You can exceed 50% of lot covered, 50% of the total floor area of the principal building. In the new ordinance, we have eliminated that requirement of you can't exceed the 50%. Now you can't exceed 30% lot coverage. So if you choose to have a garage that is larger than your house, as long as you don't exceed the 30% lot coverage, you can build it. But you can only have 1 detached accessory structure regardless. So that is pretty much the changes in the ordinance. Does anyone have any questions?
I will say from the Planning Commission discussions, we worked really hard to come up with a formula based on lot size to make sure that we weren't getting more accessory building than would look right. You can attach a 4-car garage to a house, but you might not be able to build a 4-car garage on a lot that would accommodate it. And square foot, you already have height limitations on buildings on what they can do for height. We have setbacks that they have to meet, and they'll have to meet the same setbacks that the lot would have to meet on a regular basis. We came up with this formula. It's like, well, we limit every other thing to 30% of lot coverage, total lot coverage. Why not this too? And it was the simplest, after we did all these formulas and did all this work over several months, somebody, and I don't remember who, said, well, why don't we just apply the 30% rule to it like we do for a new building and everything else? And it was like, there you go. You know, duh, light bulb goes on and problem is solved.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest concerns is that, especially when you have smaller lots, like half-acre lots, is that you're gonna have this monstrosity there, and, you know, and the house a little bit smaller. Well, unfortunately, if you take a half-acre lot, which is, you know, average size lot, but small, most of them are they're not on the sanitary sewer system, so they have a septic field. They're required to have a reserve field, and all total, you can't exceed 30% of the lot. So by the time you do that, I don't think you're going to get an accessory building that is monstrous. And again, I think this is reasonable. And this really, when we first started down this path, I started looking at what was Brighton Township's ordinances, and what do they do in Genoa, what do they do in Marion, what do they do in Lyon? And actually, they're pretty liberal. As a matter of fact, some of them are fairly liberal, that you can have more than one accessory building. I think this is a good attempt, and a good work, and kudos to the Planning Commission and Deborah for putting the work in this, that really gives the residents a little more flexibility and a little more consistency, as, closer to our neighbors, and certainly takes some heat off the zoning board of appeals.
Certainly does.
Yeah.
Because so many times we felt so bad going in there and not being able to. Debbie, I applaud you.
So do you need a motion to accept that?
To introduce it.
To introduce it?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance 02-2026, amendment, chapter 38 zoning, district regulations, section 38-171, accessory buildings, structures, and uses. Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. I got it all. Sorry.
Can you read it from over here? Probably better. You know?
Probably, I could have. That's my motion, sorry.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion, we have support.
That's my motion, I'm sticking to it.
Any discussion on the motion?
It was clear as a bell.
Hey, it's getting late. Long day today. All right, with that, can we have a roll call?
Dan Rinko.
Yes.
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 Yes. Ordinance is introduced.
Thank you,
Deborah.
guys.
Okay, the next item is the MMRMA renewal for 2026-2027. This is one of my favorite projects, our renewal. On April 29th, I met with Mr. Craig Manser, and he delivered our renewal for the upcoming year's liability insurance. Last year's total rate was $262,739. This year's rate is $270,290, or up 2.9%, which I about fell out of the chair when I heard that. I'd like to point out that this is even with the Greenwoods wastewater treatment plant being added on. So I really think it's a good deal. They don't have the redistribution numbers yet, but Craig thinks that it's going to be somewhere around what last year's redistribution was, and that was at $82,758. So this is our renewal, and all the coverages for the aerial drones, sewer backups, everything is the same.
Speaking from a position on the board, we look at this very carefully each year as we go to our reinsurers for reinsurance to cover MMRMA for these policies. And MMRMA covers all of our MCCA assessments from the state for all of our vehicles. They cover all of our cybersecurity. There's many things that they cover. And the money coming back to members is the board votes on how much money net asset distribution gets done every January. And then it's given back to the members, and there's a ratio members who have been individual members based on their years of continuous insurance. We are at the 40 plus year mark. So we're one of the, I mean, they're only like 45 years old. We were one of the first townships to join. Livingston County was a founding member, and we came shortly thereafter that. So, I mean, the leaders in the past had the vision to get involved with that. And MMRMA is the largest insurance company in the state for municipalities. In fact, I think they insure 79 of 83 counties. And their membership now is up to like 435 or something of that nature. So when you figure that we're paying a $270,000 premium and then we're getting 80,000 of it back, so you figure that the insurance is really only costing us $190,000 to insure everything in this township, liability and everything else, plus the free education that the fire department, police department take advantage of on a regular basis, and the grants that we receive through the risk assessment program. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, when you look at the total property values, and I'm trying to look for the page, 75.
It's pretty.
But it's, right now, we have liability insurance is at $15 million. That was the same amount last year. Actually, last year said 10 million, but it actually was 15 million. It was a typo. So again, $15 million of liability insurance is not bad.
Our property totals are $28,970 for insuring a property. So
That's
it's a
not
pretty
bad
good deal.
numbers.
Yep. Yes.
So I'm looking for a motion to direct me to sign the renewal.
So moved.
He was first, so that's the move in your support.
Okay, good deal.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion passes. Thank you. Okay, the next item, is there any discussion needed tonight? I just want to say one thing, and I've been wanting to say this for a long time. I look back at us, all of us here, running the township, running the board, and I find myself thinking that we are all well blessed to have a board that works as well as we do. Even when we maybe don't agree on something, we can agree, but it's not personal, it's business, and we all get along, and I just think it's really a benefit for the residents when I see how things are happening in other communities. But again, I want to thank the board, everybody here, all of us. We're all part of this entire board that makes it work. So I felt I wanted to say that tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark. That was nice.
All right, any other discussion items?
I do have one thing real quick. So I sit on the Livingston County Material Management Planning Commission, and we finally have some money coming in through Eagle and have a consultant, and so we're getting into the nuts and bolts slowly but surely. And so our next step is going to be, the ultimate goal is to fall in line with Michigan's aim of reducing materials going to landfill, increasing recycling, composting, food waste. So we're going to have a pile of money from Eagle for at least the next 3 years, and then opportunities for continuation after that. And so we're brainstorming what we want that to look like. And they're going to be presenting at the next supervisors meeting.
Okay.
So just if anyone has any input, because there's going to be a wide menu.
I would like to connect you with some people at SEMCOG that can help guide you.
And we actually do have a SEMCOG member sitting on the board.
Perfect. Perfect. That they will give you just enormous resources to help you map how you want to do this.
Yeah, one of the things, James, I don't know if you guys touched on it, but I'll be at the meeting and maybe I'll touch on it too. But again, I don't know that we've really spent a lot of time, energy, or effort in the recycling side of things.
There's
When it comes to composting and waste cleanup, but when it comes to tires, appliances, many things, and not everybody has the ability to get over to J.D. Beavers and dump their refrigerator or something. It just seems there's a void here of some type, so.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sounds good. Okay, anybody else have anything? Any committee reports? Seeing none, okay, at this time, we will open the last call to the public.
These patient men.
Very patient gentlemen there.
I'm Bob Ziegler, Chairman of South Lyon Area Youth Assistance, and with me is Kevin Trelot, who's one of our Board of Directors. And I pass out this brochure, or actually it's our newsletter that we do every year. It covers our programs in more detail. We came to thank you for your financial support, which is part of of the whole program of making it successful. And in case for the new board members, we have a full-time caseworker that is paid for by Oakland County court system to counsel the young people that get into some type of trouble. And what she does is she calls in the family, and the family and the caseworker work out how to resolve this so it doesn't happen again, and maybe some community service. One of my favorite programs is the youth recognition program, that we have a breakfast, and we recognize the young people for volunteering in the community, doing different things, and they receive a certificate, and they come to the breakfast, receive a certificate, and the dignitaries come there and pass out. They actually recognize them. And then we have some scholarships that we give to the high school students graduating. And so I think it's really good to get the young people involved in volunteering in the community. That's my part. Kevin handles some other things like
In the pamphlet, excuse me, Bob, in the pamphlets we handed out, there's a list of several programs, or numerous programs that are part of South Lyon Area Youth Assistance. The one that I'm the chairperson of is called Skill Building, and that's when a student who's been recommended to our program is looking to do an additional activity, but they may not have the financial means to do it. So we will scholarship them. So maybe it's to play football or to be in the cheer squad, or we've done a few for driver's education. There's numerous things, all the different things you can imagine that kids might want to get involved in. So I'm very happy with that program because we're getting kids involved in things that they wouldn't have an opportunity to without our contribution and your contribution. So thank you very much for being a part of this.
When is that breakfast?
it's on the 18th, May 18th. It's a Monday. It's always on a Monday.
Thank you.
That's because we get the facility on Monday. At St. Joseph Catholic Church.
I see Tricia over here writing, especially when it came to volunteers. What type of volunteers are you talking about getting?
Oh, I'm going to be in touch.
I know you were.
Well,
I'll be in touch with you.
George was talking earlier today about volunteering with your organization.
Yeah, no, well, not just myself, but I'm going to be looking for some youth volunteers in this upcoming program and club that we're looking to do that will be talked about at the May 20th, that we want to get the youth involved.
Okay.
So I will reach out to you, and I'm going to try to make that breakfast as well. On the 18th, I did get a reminder invite in an email the other day, and I'm sorry I didn't respond.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, great. Yeah, you'll find out more about us and how that one part of the program works. And so it's a lot of the volunteer, they are nominated by someone that they have, that knows of them, and then we review them all and then invite them to the breakfast. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for being patient tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, at this time, we will close the last call to the public, and at this time, we stand adjourned.